Welcome, welcome, welcome.
The punter and now kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. He goes down.
On special teams.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of NC State. It's Phillip Rivers.
I'm actually old enough to remember him hitting the league, and so many people were talking about his throwing motion at the time. A little bit unorthodox. No one talks about it anymore except in admiration. The ball gets to the target really well, and usually with big production.
Okay. So I got D. Milliner. He's going to get a good look tonight. Former first-round pick. Pretty much a bust.
And he'll go down right now
at
the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Are you playing on the outside?
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he went nowhere.
Stop, Eli. That's another guy on the bubble.
29. He'll wind up losing a yard
Playing for a couple of years.
They're going to have a 3rd down.
Hasn't really made the impact I needed him to.
Ball's always the easy target when things aren't going so well, but I think it's a combination with the Chargers. They've got to get the offensive line going in order to improve those numbers from last year. They weren't very good running it, partner.
No, they were bottom of the AFC, 2nd to last in the entire NFL. Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. He's got time in the pocket.
Nice.
He dropped it. Now it was
good
tipped.
Job.
Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it.
He wants
and
to
now
make the
4th
team.
down.
But partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer.
Tonight.
So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing
Everybody
lane.
fighting for their lives.
Batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser.
Go.
Oh, he's going to go
Joe
ahead
Mixon.
and field it from the 3-yard line.
Oh, what are you doing, boy?
He'll be hard-pressed to match that one.
Yep.
That a
That's more field
65-yard punt. And the Niners are going to take possession, albeit deep in their own territory.
You signed him anyway. And give him a shot. Why are these plays in the playbook? Please tell me this
And not great starting field position here for the offense.
Got Patrick Mahomes in there. He's going to get an extensive look. He's going to make the team, of course. But I need him to show that if Kaepernick goes down, that he can hold it down.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Oh my gosh, when we start off with a safety.
Into the end zone, and this
Who let
is
this
going
guy
to wind
through?
up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Ooh, he just bullied through. Was it a blitz? Wow. Out the gate. First play.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Fielded just inside the 20. Look at the spin. A chance for us to look now at this 49ers defense. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3-and-out. See if they can get some more of that.
And ordinarily, you want to be on the field playing, right? But 3-and-out, that's almost gold to a defense. Get to the bench, get some rest, turn the ball over to your offense.
We'll see what they can do here. See if they can force another 3-and-out.
Miller may start if he shows he's behind. So, Terry Hughes has been playing phenomenal.
He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brown, another superstar in the making.
This offense has talent, and certainly Keenan Allen, he has a lot of talent.
And he plays so hard each and every week. He's a guy who demands the football.
All right, so they're playing their starters.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And some space here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. And some extras coming up on the line here, ready for the blitz. Now Gordon on first down. Shreds the tackle. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
Jaworski Tartt came out of Samford University in Alabama, and he is a guy who is an absolute flash at the safety position.
Here we go with 2nd and 7.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. 4 down, 4 down.
He'll try to throw here. Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
One man in the backfield is Gordon. They'll get the football here. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
One receiver left, that's Allen. Rivers now on 2nd down. Inman has it over the middle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Three yards left to grab here on 3rd down. And they're definitely showing blitz here. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Rivers.
Get him.
He's able to find Inman. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's understanding where the markers are because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the 1st down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the 1st down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
That is caught at the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the sticks, sets up a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback.
Are you kidding me?
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Darren Waller, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is good as they extend it out now to a 9-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now we get our first peek at the talented rookie signal caller.
But when you take a look at what he has to get done, all the preparation that went into it, you still have the big unknown out there. Will my talents translate to this level?
Now this is Dewan Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
Oh, I'm tripping. Okay.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again.
Oh, you got to eat him. You're gone.
Scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
You eat him, you're
no
gone.
Gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense. I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. Time running out here on the play clock. They're going to look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Fight.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So on 4th down, out comes Bradley Pinion to punt this one away. The play clock's running down. This will be fielded at the 17. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now San Diego getting set to go. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come up in an offset eye. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And it's complete. Henry. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
Now a play fake here.
Yeah.
A heavy rush, and down he goes.
Oh, Tank.
Take Carradine in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs.
Yes,
none of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Tight end right. Tight end right. 4 down. 4 down. Alert.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to running back Gordon. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Okay, even just being nice, the last 2 plays were not very good offensively. So if you're the play caller, was it the team's execution or was it strategy? If it was execution, you continue to call the game the way you're calling it. But if it's strategy, change up what you're doing and figure it out.
Now Rivers.
Oh, get him.
Get him. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Yes, sir.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Charger defense now as they get set back out there. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of? Great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out. You feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see.
Key the tight end. Let's go. 1, 9. 1.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that's complete. It's Allington. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
He'll look to throw.
Get open on this one. Oh my gosh, I let him
this
through
time
again.
as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Chris Jones in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down.
Watch left. Tight. Watch left.
What is he doing right here? Alright,
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, God.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Manti Te'o, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So we played one quarter here on a Monday night. 9-0 our score. We're back to Santa Clara after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Second quarter now, Brett. The 49ers in control of the football. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
All right, back it.
And taken at the 46. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Out comes the San Diego offense as they get set to see what they can do here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. Here's Sims. Allen's got it over the middle. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Drew Kaiser now.
Come on, let's replay. Clowns in here. Rock should be in a slot. Oh shoot. Oh, first quarter. Oh my gosh, we took everybody out. Darn it. Alright. Shoot. Okay. Harris. Can still play. Stevenson. Valentin. Brown. Tiller. Kilgore. Garnett. Please. Blair. Carradine. Chapman. Hughes. Blair. Left outside. Bruce. Inside. Brown. Carter. Collins. Watson right there. Eli. Shoot. I really don't have no backups. That's crazy. So we're gonna put Tank and Blair. And starting, it's my stars right there. No, actually, that Miller gonna play a little more. mean? Backing them up. Keith. And Chris. Here I want Jones. Yep. I want Keith. And I want Dante. And I want Dante. Rookie kicker. Kick return. Keep Alex in there. Ellie. Then you can have Curly. And hey baby. No the phone call?
As he's on to punt for San Diego. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here's the Chargers defense as they get ready to go again. And they've created a major first-half storyline with the pressure they've been able to create.
And I know that the good teams adjust from series to series. They make their adjustments on the sideline before they go back out. In this case, I think they might need a little bit more time. They want to get to the half and start figuring out how do they change protections, how do they get the ball in the hands of the passer a lot quicker, make sure he doesn't get hit as often, all those different things. Maybe even run the ball a little bit more. Anything to try and tamp down the pressure.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's complete. It's Allington. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Double tight, double tight. You got 3 down. Here we go. 1.
They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Third down now following the completed pass.
Here we go. Flex round.
Now back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. And the D looking like they may blitz.
Green 39. Green 39.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
So 2nd and 10 here.
Check 43. 3-3. Leopard.
Now Sims looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Chargers are going to get themselves a fresh set of downs here.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. They'll look to throw here. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver from a yard out. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers defense gearing up to take the field. Now the interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense that, hey, we helped you guys out a little bit, right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
The interception the last drive, what will happen here?
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Back to throw now on first down. Allington has it, middle of the field. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 20 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a San Francisco first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They come up in an offset eye. Looking to throw. Caught. It's Ellington.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Here we go. White 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Let's go. Brad 38.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and just like that, it's third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense.
Come on, let's go. Brad 38.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That one complete to Anderson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Alert, 3 down.
They come up in an offset eye.
White 90.
Play clock winding down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Andre Hawkins, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
And his kick is indeed good. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So a little fortunate there because that one was definitely leaking right.
Without a doubt, maybe about the width of a football or so inside that right upright. But he got it to go.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now San Diego getting set to go. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They go play action here on first down. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for San Diego. 49 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They run. It's Oliver. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They go again with Oliver. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Finding time. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And Zerline's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. A chance for us to look at this Chargers defense again. And they did well down near the goal line last time, forcing him to settle for a short field goal.
And in today's day and age, settling for a field goal of that distance is amazing. You can get 3 points now, where it's going to give you only 1 point for the extra point, which would be a little bit longer. But they have to feel fantastic about only giving up 3 in that situation. It could have been so much worse.
Yeah, could have. Now can they carry that over? Harris. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
3 down. Come on, let's go.
They'll look to throw here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Every time I see a hitch pattern dropped, I go back to the combine because there's a drill that they use all the time that's called the gauntlet drill, where a receiver catches the ball and just works his way straight down the line and catches it from different sides. And the problem with that drill is that you don't actually have to secure the catch. You just kind of catch it, drop it immediately, and keep moving. And sometimes that shows up on plays like this.
Hey, here we go. What? 90. Ohio.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They run it here with Oliver. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Well, thank you. Here's Sims. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Now Sims. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got time. And this is incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. They'll look to throw again. Deep drop. And Sims lost it. He lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back. But it will be a loss on the play.
Holding offense.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And Salek here, left side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. He's thrown 1 interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and make...
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Bradley Pena now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He'll look to set up his blockers. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Let's hope it's not anything that'll keep him out of the opener. We'll be right back. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver is going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
first down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. On the run, it's Oliver. And some room to roam now. And he spins past him and into space. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So we are halfway through here in the final week of the preseason. As we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report, here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The 49ers trail at home at halftime. The Chargers have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Chargers with the ball midway through one. Phillip Rivers would find his mark in coverage, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. Now 1st and 10 with plenty of pressure this half and another sack. This ends up as a loss of 9. Third down at the 24. Here the defense will come up with a pick. Gatchkar is the one who makes the pick, halting the offense's drive. Offense on the field now after the pick. Sims has got a completion middle of the field. After the short pass, he'll score. That pushes the lead to 16. And with that, we'll wrap up our halftime report and head back out now to Levi Stadium for the start of the second half.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Time running out here on the play clock. This is Harris. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They come out here in the eye. He'll drop to throw, and that'll be incomplete. He was looking there for Bruce Ellington. That'll bring up 2nd down. Second down now after the incompletion. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw, and he fires one incomplete. Juwan Harris, the running back, the one he was trying to get it to. And that'll make it 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. So here we go now, an extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Stays on his feet. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. Got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Here's a carry for Oliver. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Now Sims. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. He's at the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
A quarterback often has a lot of really good friends on offense to help him do his job. But one of his best friends is anyone who can catch the ball and create yardage after the catch. That run after the catch, the rack, and the ability to break a tackle and make a big play, as we just saw there, quarterback is very friendly with that guy.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
They'll come out in the pistol. And they give this time to the tailback. And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed. But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Here's Sims. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. They'll look to throw here. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
Let's go! Blue 90!
Again, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Brandon Oliver, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now we get a look at the captain of this offense heading back out there now. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a second down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
3 down, 3 down. Here we go, Ohio!
They'll set up to throw. Ellington has it, middle of the field. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Come on, let's go! 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Fighting him off. And it's a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover. But if there's ever a good time to do it.
Preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go. And maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And now San Diego getting set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Hey! 4 down.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The tackle there by Eli Harold.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Surveying the field. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eli Harold coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for San Diego. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
3 down. Come on, let's go. Red 38.
Now Harris. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. Throw here out of the gun. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right. 4 down. 4 down. Here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary. A nickel look. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here's third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Zerline's kick is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. And they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Tight right. Here we go. 1, 9.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him.
Now the ball comes loose and picked up by the Chargers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They come out here in the eye. And they give this time to the tailback. Spinning past him. It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So they're operating in the red zone.
Tight ends left. 4 down. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Brandon Oliver ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know there are plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Second down following the run.
Watch right there. I'm trying to collect. Here we go. White 90. Mike 5-9. White 90.
The play clock's running down. Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
Caught. It's Ellington. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a second down.
Roger. Four down. Come on, let's go. White 90.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Karan Reed in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And the dreaded 3rd and long here for the offense. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, yeah, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process. Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
That was a really nice play to be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Here's Drew Kaiser now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Fielded at the 33. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And the Charger defense now making their way back out onto the field. They forced the punt the last time, got off the field. I'm sure some of your D coordinators through the years, you liked when you heard those words, get off the field.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Or maybe you didn't like it when you heard those words.
It depended on when they were yelling them. But in this situation, absolutely perfect. Get off the field, force a punt, let the offense take over and do their thing, and it resulted in a field goal.
Now we'll see if they can do that again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Let's go!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Chargers. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Tackle made by Bruce Carter.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Four down. All right, here we go. Green.
Now a handoff looking right. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives them a new set of downs.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going Want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there? And that's run the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Chargers a first down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They run it here with Gordon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd.
Let's go now. Patriot.
Now Sims. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Fresh set of downs here.
Check, tight right. Solo out there, check the outs out there. Set, green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
And now a first down following that long gain. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Don't let 89 go deep. Whatever you do, don't. All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Here's Sims. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
All right, now look at 56.
He'll drop to throw. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen from 4 yards out. And this Charger offense is running away with this one.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Zerline now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And now the rookie's free. The 20, 10, Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. 92 yards. And the 49ers able to get this back to some measure of respectability. Still down very big on the scoreboard, but a little feather in their cap here.
And it's a big-time play, and if you don't get energized after a kick return, well, then your team just doesn't have any spark. We'll find out if this is the start of a big comeback or just cosmetics as we go along.
Now the try here for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now San Diego getting set to go. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
And they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
9 yards to go. It's third down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
This is brought in at the 21. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Chargers, their defense heading back out there. They have played a really good game. They're just looking for one final stop here and celebrate this victory.
And if you're on offense, you don't want them to have that satisfaction. You know that you're not going to win the game, but you don't want them to roll in with those big grins on their faces. So you want to come up with something right here, some type of a big play to dent that good move.
And they'll be trying to not let that dent happen. Oh, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It's a foot race. The 30, 20, 10. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley.